Hey music fans, as a roadie I had this great opportunity to tour with all these bands. I wrote a book about my experiences on the road and it was the #1 new release on Amazon and Bios and it's now sold millions of copies on Kindle. I'm Joel Roadie and this is my podcast, Party Like a Rockstar. New release from Tommy Johansson. I've been reacting to Tommy pretty much every week for quite a while now. I'm gonna miss a few weeks. I'm going to Scotland. I did do a little video saying I would be out of town, but if you guys missed that, maybe you can see me in Scotland. We'll grab beer together. I'm gonna go into England afterwards too. I'm gonna be in England for a couple weeks as well. So I'm gonna be away for a little while and I'm gonna miss some great music, including Tommy, and I'm gonna check it out when I get home. I do know this track because it's Meatloaf, and us roadies love Meatloaf. He was a cool cat. He was nice to everybody, and he did some great music, so I'm familiar with this song. Meatloaf also was in a film called Roadie. If you guys never heard that, it's an old school song. Now, when I first saw Tommy, the first time I said, man, this guy reminds me of Meatloaf, and people wrote in the comments, dude, don't say that, that pisses him off. And I saw what a big fella he looks like on here, and I said, well, that's not very bright of me. I don't want this guy mad at me. Especially he's in that tough guy band, Sabaton, right? So anyway, he's done a couple Meatloaf songs now, so maybe it's okay to compare his wonderful voice to that of a person who I really respected and really loved, Meatloaf. One of Meatloaf's big inspirations, by the way, was a guy named Frankie Miller, who was Irish. He was an Irish bluesman. If you guys have never heard of Frankie Miller, he was amazing. And that was something I read in Rolling Stone, right? Anyway, long time ago. Want to let you guys know I have released my second book. It's called XEMU Pulled My Finger. It is available on Amazon. You guys can find the link to Amazon in the description below. People have been reading it, and I appreciate that. But it's meant to make you laugh. It's supposed to be funny, so if you read it, I hope you do find it funny. It is available as an audiobook, a Kindle, a soft cover, and a hardcover. Let's jump into Tommy Johansson's Meatloaf song in a bar here. This should be neato. Let's do this.
I'm gonna have another one.
That's right.
Hey guy, you got that song, Dead Ringing for Love? Meatloaf? Share?
Let me check. Well, I got a lot of good stuff, but don't seem to have that one. Let me put it on Spotify.
Come on and throw the dog a bone. A man need that solid bar rock and roll alone.
I love that. See, big guy had to duck down. Careful those big ducker guys. Wondering who wrote this track. Was it Jim Steinman? That's who I'm wondering. All right, I'm going to see if I can find the Meatloaf version, and we're going to give it a go. Hopefully it's not copyright blocked. If I don't upload it, it was copyright blocked. But this is going to be a fun comparison. Jim Steinman was the writer of most of Meatloaf's stuff. He wrote Bat Out of Hell 1 and 2. He wrote Total Eclipse of the Heart for Bonnie Raitt. He wrote The Heart, the big track for Heart. He wrote stuff for, we're going through now. This is like we're drinking a beer in the bar and we're going through. And he wrote Air Supply's one of their big hits. And then and other great stuff, right? He was an amazing writer. He passed away relatively recently. So what I liked about Jim Steinman and Meatloaf's collaboration stuff, I'm just going to assume this is a Jim Steinman song. Hopefully I'm correct. But they were so much larger than life. They were so much fun. And I remember reading a story when Meatloaf wanted Bat Out of Hell to come out. He set up his rig in the record label dude's office, man. And he came in with the lady on it. And they just rocked out in the guy's office until they got signed to do the record. Something like that. It's just a cool story, man. So I was thinking about all this stuff at the same time. And I thought it was really great stuff. So I enjoyed this immensely. And it just looked like fun. I wanted to be there drinking a beer with these guys, dancing around, in my case, poorly, and having a good time, which I would have been doing. So I hope you guys liked it. It's a fun track. Where does he find this stuff? Was this a huge hit in Sweden, this track? You know? It's kind of a deep dive. I don't think this was a massive, massive hit. Cher is a big deal, but anyway. All right, guys. Jim Steinman also wrote a song for the Sisters of Mercy. Sisters of Mercy's cool. Tommy should do a Sisters of Mercy song. I'm going to jump into Meatloaf. We're going to compare. Guys, thanks so much. I appreciate all of you. Great track. Really fun. I'll see you all on the next one. Hey, the podcast is over. What are you still doing here? Well, while you're here, like and subscribe. Thanks.